because I don't have Twitch on my phone, but it'll come on right here.
Yeah, on the.
What?
Hold on.
That's what I said.
What is happening?
Well, the problem is it wasn't coming in through the computer stuff, so it's a computey thing. So I hit the button and it went silent on the internets. But we're live right now, guys.
Oh, we are live.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
what are you talking about? Make the thing happen.
Johnny, God damn it! I'm trying to make it fucking happen. Give me a second.
All right, Jesus Christ.
I just want to.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Yeah, see, just
Here
do some filming.
Uno momento, por favor. Oh, did you guys hear that shit, man?
Uno momento. Okay, here we
You guys
go.
hear me in Spanish?
Hey.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop.
Yo, what's up? It's that time again. It's Tuesday night, the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast coming to you live from a super secret location in Compton, California.
CPT.
Super secret.
Super secret. I hope it's live because I'm not seeing that on YouTube yet, but it is what it is.
Let's see.
Had a little difficulty in the first couple minutes.
It's been a minute. We were on a really good streak. No, it should be up there.
We were on a good streak. We were on a good streak for like a
one episode. We
One
came
in a
back
row.
strong.
We did.
And
Everything went good for one in a row.
Yeah. So we're the one in a row champions.
but we're back.
We are back. We are back. First and foremost, I want to say what's up to my cousin Richard, who just got free from cancer.
Cancer free.
Yeah.
Cancer free, dude.
Ring the bell.
I'm gonna tell you, I grew up with that guy, and it's awesome and also my friend Charlene Adami, Chuck's sister,
Yeah.
cancer free as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
nice.
Tommy.
Yeah. So that's,
Sorry, Chuck's your brother.
yeah. But Chuck is still your brother.
Yeah, it's good news, bad news.
Yeah.
You don't have cancer anymore, but Chuck's still your brother.
There you go. So, yeah, man. Aside from that, I mean, shit, it's good to be back on.
That's right.
Yeah.
And today we have a special guest. We have Coach Jose. Tell us about yourself and what you do. I was going to try to go into it. I was going to go into it, but I just let him. Hey, he's here.
Let's let him do
He's
it.
here.
Coach Jose.
Put me on, coach. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, my name is Jose Lara, and I'm a coach. I help people lose weight and build muscle, and that's something that I help people out because I lost over 160 pounds myself.
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Hell
congratulations.
yeah.
So I feel that giving back to the people and helping them out, and just help navigate this whole nutritional stuff and energy stuff. It's definitely something rewarding for me. So that's what I do.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping today, to share a little bit about, who I am. I could say that being around people helps you a lot, and I think I'm grateful to the people that have shown me the way to be healthier. And I have a couple of brothers that definitely helped me out starting my journey. So I think that's definitely key. So that's why I also, I like to help people, because I feel that the more people that are around you that know stuff,
Yeah.
it helps you out. So
How long ago did you lose the weight?
it's been 3 years. I've been 3 years on
Fuck,
this journey,
yeah.
man. It's been, and I've been a yo-yo dieter. So yo-yo dieters is when you lose weight and then you gain it right back.
You're telling me, man. I've been on that
So-
roller coaster my whole life.
So there was a point in my life where I lost like about 80 pounds, and then I ballooned. So I was 330 and I went to like 240. And then next thing you know, life happened, and I went from 240 to 420 pounds.
Oh,
God
shit.
Yeah.
damn.
I've been there.
Yeah. So now, when I started this journey again, I was like, I need to learn, because if I don't learn how to keep this weight off, then I'm gonna be right back where I'm at, where I was at,
600
and
next
then be
time.
600
Yeah.
next time.
Now-
Time. So definitely, it's been a journey of learning, and it's been rewarding also as well. So. It's good.
Now let me ask: when you dip down so far down and you balloon back up, are you taking dietary supplements? Are you on some shit to, like, I don't know, whatever dietary drug you can pick up, and then you're off of it, and then, because I've heard that before, where you start taking all kinds of dietary supplements and then you're off of them and then you gain the weight plus some. So was that in that scenario?
So the way that the first time it happened, so I was about 330 pounds, and then I just started doing just chicken and vegetables, and then just eat this shake that this guy, because I went to do acupuncture, and then the guy at the acupuncture place like, hey, do carrots, do celery, he's basically telling me a mixture of vegetables. So I would do that in the morning and then just eat chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
And then I would get home from work, and the first thing I would do is just go jog. And that's how I lost it. I lost like 80 pounds within like 6 months.
Nice.
Just doing that. So no supplements. Definitely, I didn't do any supplements. But then next thing you know, 200 pounds later, I'm like, what the hell happened? So, but a lot of it was because I stopped working out. So I stopped working out and I stopped eating what I was eating, which was the chicken and broccoli.
Right? I know. Well, I'm an expert in getting fat. I know I'm an expert at getting fat, and I'm pretty good at losing weight. I've lost a good chunk of weight a bunch of times.
Right.
What I don't know how to do is just maintain.
Right.
Like because when you're gaining weight, you're just going crazy, doing whatever you want to. When you're losing weight, it's a very regimented thing that you're going through. But when you're just trying to like live life, like that's when it starts slipping. Little bit at 1% at a time. Then you wind up like, fuck, man, I just ate a Big Mac meal and 2 cheeseburgers. Like, you fucking, god damn it.
Which is not bad, right? Like I've worked with people that have lost weight just eating out.
Yeah.
Right. But I think at the end of the day is understanding how much you're consuming and how much energy you're putting out. So what I found out is that a lot of the people that I work with, it's just getting them to move more. And you wouldn't realize how much actually setting like a step goal daily helps you actually lose weight, right? And then also tracking your food and making sure that you're tracking your food correctly. That definitely plays a role in terms of your energy expenditure, which is what, how to, because your body is always looking to be balanced, right? So you have to create a deficit. So how do you do that? You create more energy, eat less food, and that's going to help you drop weight. But what happens is sometimes we jump into certain types of diets, or the fad diets they call them, right? Like keto diets and carnivore diets, which are okay, but they're tools, but they might not be sustainable tools.
Right.
You're not gonna be carnivore unless you're gonna stick to carnivore for the rest of your life.
That's rough.
Then you're gonna miss out on the good carbs. You're gonna miss out on the good things that like cake and all that. But so understanding those things plays a role. So that's why I'm like, let me learn this, because when I first started my journey again, I remember going to this shop, then like that sells vitamins, and then the guy gave me like a list of foods, and he's like, eat this, and then avoid this. So he gave me a list of foods to eat and then not to eat. And then all the stuff that he not wanted me to eat was the good stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like,
so
can we switch this list? Like, why can't it be?
So I tried that, and I found it like, yeah, it was successful, but was it sustainable? No, because I love food. I love to eat, like, I like going to parties and eating cake. I love to eat a hamburger here and there. So I had to learn what that food is composed of. So in order for me to sustain the weight or even lose the weight. So I know there's certain times in my life where if I'm trying to lose weight, I'm probably going to avoid it, or maybe learn how to work with it with the amount of energy that I'm putting out. So.
Well, on this show, we hate cake.
You do?
We hate cake. No?
Why do we hate cake?
I'm not a
Because
fan.
it's not good for us. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of a cake.
I mean,
No.
I don't even
No.
like fucking pan dulce and shit.
No, really?
Oh, shit.
Chocolates?
Okay, I'll fuck with chocolate.
like ice cream cake from Carvel, you don't even like
That's
that?
not even a
that's
cake, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's
ice cream.
different. That's actually ice
Come on.
cream.
It's an ice cream sandwich.
Maybe that's why I like it the best.
Yeah. I think my biggest downfall, because I've lost thousands of pounds throughout my life, is once I start losing weight and that first person's like, hey, bro, you're looking good. Boom. I believe it.
That's so
Done.
nuts that I feel. Amen. Keep going.
I believe it. And then next thing you know, it's like, hey, I deserve a little cheat meal. And that first cheat meal is on a Saturday. And I'm like, fuck it, let's take it to
Weekend's
Sunday.
done.
We'll start Monday. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, it's my cousin's birthday party next Saturday. I'll start after that. And then it's just you're just sliding down that mountain.
First of the
back
year,
down.
man. First of the year.
And then it's after 4th of July, and then it's after this party, that party, someone's quinceañera, because you know they're going to make some bomb-ass shit. So all of a sudden, all that progress just went to shit.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself back to where you were.
Right. And that happens a lot. Actually, working with clients, what I realize is also like, they're really good on Monday through Friday because it's like, their routines, they got it down, they meal prep. And then the weekends is like, suddenly all my clients disappear.
Look how
They don't
wicked.
know. They don't want to share what they ate or whatnot. So, I mean, in the weekends, because everybody's like going to different environments, right? So you're going to parties, you're going here, you're going there, and it's about navigating those environments. So that's why I love teaching that. Like, how can you go in an environment where there's food, but also realize how you can strategize it to where you're at in your life. Are you currently trying to lose weight? Are you trying to stay the same, or you're trying to maybe increase weight? Because there's people that are trying to
Bulking
increase
up.
weight too.
Yeah,
bulking
trying to
up.
bulk.
So it's just, you got to think about it like what period of what area where are you at right now? Are you trying to lose weight? And then sometimes it's avoiding those environments for a period of time, right? So that you can learn a little bit more about how to not.
How much of it is it needing to be mentally ready to make a change?
I think when you're ready to make, because for me, I'm gonna tell you my story. So when I got to 420 pounds, I think there was a point in my life, and my compadre, like, who was always there. Like, I have like I said, I have a couple of brothers that are gym bros. They go to the gym every day. They're really healthy. And I'm calling my compadre one day, like, just breaking down, and he's like, "Hey, come to the gym with us." And I was like, "Man, you guys go early." Now, you always put the excuse.
Yeah.
People want to take care of you, but you're always putting the excuse like, "Nah, man, I got to get up, take my kids to school. I love being home in the morning." And I had to commute so I live in Whittier, and they go to the gym in downtown. And he's like, "Nah, come out. Like, we all get together around 5 a.m. And I was like, okay, like, I just needed an outlet, because at that point I was just not, like, mentally, I think I was already to a point where I was mentally crashing. So I was kind of ready for a change. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. I was ready for a change, and he was there at that opportunity, and he took me there. And ever since then, it's been nonstop. I started working out with them, and sometimes I would get there earlier than them, and they would be surprised, like, "Damn, you're trying to be too much." And then my wife would be like, "Damn, you're going," because I would get up like at 3 a.m.
Shoo.
3 a.m. to get there at 4, because they would start at 5. And sometimes, when you're working out with your gym bros, like, they're used to working, but sometimes it's more like chatting, catching up. So you're like, "Oh wait, I'm not getting no work." So by the time they got there, I was already kind of ready to, work out with them.
Put in your second workout.
Put in my second workout, and then also talk too. So like that, I knew that I was getting a workout. So, but yeah, mentally, you have to be ready. And sometimes it's when life takes a toll on you, like, you're already ready to change. You're ready to, feel different. You're ready to move to that next phase of your life where you're like, okay, my health is important. And I think about my kids, like, me wanting to live longer, right? So that I can see them, right? I can see their kids, and I can be a good, an active grandpa too, like, right? And then, there was a time where in my life when I was
around.
There was a time in my life when I was just sitting on the couch, and it was that was just my thing. And that's part of it. I wasn't not moving. And sometimes my oldest son would be like, "Let's go play." And I'll be like, I'm tired. And I'm like, damn, and I feel bad, like, I look back at that, and I'm like, I don't want to be like that no more. So that's why I had to make a change, man, because it was mentally it was draining. So you have to be mentally ready for sure.
How much of it is an addiction? Because I know myself personally, food is not my enemy, but it's my addiction. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the way the shit tastes.
Yeah, and I don't know if I could say that it's an addiction. I think it's food is just something that we need, right? It's a natural, something that we need. It's kind of like, drinking water, right? Staying hydrated, all that. Food is something that we eat, but there's a lot of good food out there, and especially in our culture, right? We have the tacos, we have the quesadillas, we have the pupusas. Like, I'm Salvadorian, so pupusas, everything. So sometimes it's just learning that. But I think I have a big appetite. So I think everybody has different appetites. Some people get full faster than others, right? So I think it's just more of understanding how your appetite is, right? I think that's just more of like, and then understanding that certain foods might not fill you up as other foods. Like, because if you were to eat a big plate of, like, vegetables, you'll probably get full a lot faster because of the bloat that the vegetables create in your body. So it's just about, I don't think it's an addiction. I think because I love food. I can eat. Like, my wife sometimes be like, "Damn, I'm serving you." Like, it's just a big plate. But that's what I love. I love food. I love to eat, But like I said, I had to learn what that food was composed of and what was it doing to me currently right now. So.
Yeah, because for me, like, I'll see it and I want to finish it.
Sure.
Like, there's more. I gotta kill those. There's 4 more pupusas on there. I gotta have those 4.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Oh, there's 5 more slices of pizza. Give me 2.
Well, that's like Louis C.K. used to have a bit where he said the meal's not, because he said he got the advice that he got about losing weight was to stop eating when you're full. Like that was like that simple. Like when you're full, stop eating.
Yeah.
And he said the meal's not over when I'm full. The meal's over when I hate myself. And it's like like like,
And for some of us, like getting full, sometimes it's just the connection that you have from your stomach to your brain, right?
Sure.
Sometimes it takes longer for certain people to understand that, hey, I'm full, right? Until you start feeling it and you're like, oh man, I am full. But it took a while
I'm way
afterwards.
past full. Like I was full 15 minutes ago, and then I kept eating.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of just learning a little bit of what you're trying to do at that moment, and then also partnering that up with like movement and just adding some daily activity.
Movement's a big one, man.
Yeah, and you wouldn't believe, like I started two groups this beginning of the year for like a 21-day challenge, and the two things that we focused on was eating behavior. So that means like they would choose either eating 2 meals, 2 snacks, or 1 meal, or just kind of like a variety of things that would work for them, and then setting a step goal. What is that step goal? And mostly all the participants that participated lost 10 pounds in 21 days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So some of them were not there, but others did, and so it's just a matter of like, are they ready at that moment to make the change, right? And stick to a consistency, because it's all about consistency. If you're consistent, you're going to drop weight. You're going to, if you control your intake of food and you produce more energy, you're producing a deficit, which is going to help you drop weight. So
If there's no change in eating, but you're working out and going to the gym, there's no change, right?
it is, because you're going to the gym and eating. I mean, you're going to the
But
gym.
if you're still eating candies, sugary drinks,
Cakes, apparently.
If you're in a
Cakes.
if you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yes,
saying. No,
yes,
if you're in a
calorie
calorie
deficit.
deficit, but if you're not,
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's why you have that's why. But I think the change comes with you adding something. So whether it's more movement, going to the gym, adding some cardio that you maybe haven't done in a while. If you start, and it's always like breaking down into small goals, like small things to just incorporate into your daily life, so that you can start seeing some change and start feeling better. Because at the end of the day, it's all about feeling. I tell sometimes my clients, like, don't worry about the scale. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling good. Then continue
who
doing what
cares?
you're doing.
Yeah.
It's working, right? Don't worry about the scale, right? The scale is gonna eventually drop if you're doing the right things.
Here's my small change. I've been I've been thinking, because I have a 16 kilo kettlebell, and I have the one, and it's good for all kinds of stuff,
Right.
but I haven't been doing shit with it, and so I took it and I put it in the middle of my floor, so that I have to like constantly walk around it and worry about kicking it, But now it's like in my life again, It's like it's a thought that I have to have that, you should fucking do 10 swings right now or whatever. Like I can, like now it's now involved in my life. The next step will be doing something with it, But for right now, it's in the middle of the floor.
It's in the
It's
planning
there.
stages.
Yeah.
The movement was you picking it up and
Yeah,
putting
I
it.
put it there and I put
So
it
now you
there.
gotta do it every day and put it back where it goes. and then
Exactly.
there you go.
Even if I decide not to do it, that will be doing something.
Yes.
If I pick it up and put it back,
Yeah.
I did something, man. Get out of here.
Yeah, or carry it with you, like around the house. When you go for a walk, that's
Man,
a change.
that's what I was like. I was like, I'll take it on a walk. That's heavy. You know what I mean? I was
Right.
like, I need like a 5 pound. Like this fucking 16K. This is
Yeah,
wild.
I just went to a party like in the beginning of the year, and one of the prizes was like the ankle weights.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? Like, I like to lift heavy stuff, right? I when I go to the gym, I like to lift heavy, but I was like, hey, I could add this to my backpack. So that's gonna add a little bit heavier. So my backpack's a little
Absolutely.
bit heavier. So it's 5 pounds heavier. So now when I walk with my backpack, I'm carrying a little bit more weight. So I'm burning a little bit more energy. So, it's just finding different things that, you can add where you're asking your body to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right. So that definitely helps a lot.
We have Oscar from My Grito chiming in all the way from the YouTube. It's learning to have a relationship with food. At this time, my relationship is toxic.
Yeah.
So, we could see that, Oscar, by the fucking photo you posted. We saw that there was a big fucking barbecue with all the other podcasts on there with Gail, and we didn't get invited. After we fucking we threw that shit out there and shit was happening.
That cannot be the truth, what you're saying right now.
I don't know. There was video of it that I seen, so I don't know, man. We weren't invited to that toxic fucking food party. Just saying.
Good to know.
Just saying.
But at that point, I learned, and I think that comes with knowledge, right? It's kind of like when you're with your partner or with your friends. It's like the more you know them, the more you're able to understand them and build a good, solid relationship. So the thing with food, same thing. If you're able to learn how it's composed, how many calories it has, then you'll be able to build a better relationship with it. So I think that's part of it, and I think you can also use that in anything in your life, right? Relationships, right? The more you get to learn, about someone, you're going to be able to have a better relationship.
One thing that we brought you in was because most people about this time of the year is when they just start falling off.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to lose 30 pounds this year, but hey, summer body and all, but at this point
Valentine's
of the year,
Day, that's it.
Dunsky's.
Man. Yeah.
What are some of the things that those people can do to continue to push forward?
And there's actually that's called the National Quit Day. I don't know if you guys know that.
Hilarious.
There is.
National Quit Day?
There's a
Is
quit
it
day.
January 2nd?
It's like January 21st or something like that. But
That's
look it
funny.
up. There's a National Quit Day. I don't know. I forgot the date, but I just learned about it this year that I didn't even know. I was like, damn. And they actually put in one of the commercials, like, there's a quit day that people quit all their New Year's resolutions by January,
man.
sometime in January. So, but I just lost my train of thought.
Quit days.
So yeah, when people are at this point, if you have started a journey, you started at the beginning of the year and then you stopped it, then don't feel bad, right? What happens is that's maybe your break, and we call those diet breaks. You can have a diet break, but just get back on it for another 4 weeks and be consistent, and then you'll have more to show for, it's just a matter of period of time. That's why I tell people, like, you kind of have to break it up. Like, do a break, commit to it 4 weeks, break for like a week or a couple of weeks, and then come back to it. By the end of the year, you're going to be a whole different person. So as long as you commit.
You probably stop taking breaks too. Like the longer you get into
I was
it,
about
the
to
more-
say it's about time for me to take a break.
Take a break for a week and then come back to it,
See, that's what happened with the podcast. We're on that same mentality. We needed to take another fucking break after
Yeah.
being back for one fucking
I
week.
like to do like one day of like eating right, and then like a week off, and then back to like one day.
But that does shock your body. Because I've noticed, like, okay, when I'm really strict and then I have cheated, not wanting to take a break, and then I weigh myself, like, I'll be down for some reason,
Yeah.
like, because I don't know if it's a shock or...
Yeah. I mean, so what happens is you've been in a calorie deficit. So one day you're still in a deficit because you're looking at accumulation of days. So one day is not gonna really put you on.
One day's not making a break.
Make it a break, and not even 2 days. I would say, and especially if you're being really strict, that means 2 days is not gonna be bad. And you can also there's also calorie cycling. So what people do is they'll have the whole week they'll go very, very low calories, and then on the weekend they'll basically eat all the calories that they were supposed to eat during the week. And they maintain their weight or they'll lose weight depending on what they're doing. Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, right? That's why the whole fasting thing is like it was really like popular, or I don't know if it still is. I did it at one point in my life. I fasted, and I went like 3 days without eating.
Oh,
and,
shit.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you're fasting, and this was before I started learning more about this. When you're fasting, what happens also too, if you do it for a certain amount of hours, then you become you're tired.
Sure. Of
So you're not
course,
gonna move more. So then
Right.
remember, your body's always gonna be wanting to be balanced. Your body always wants to be at homeostasis. So you have to produce energy if you're fasting. And sometimes when you fast for too long, you're gonna be tired and you're not gonna be able to do the cardio. You're not gonna be able to do the steps. So then that's where people mess up with fasting also as well. So, I would say if you're doing a diet break, if you accidentally just quit on National Quit Day, just continue on for, be consistent for 3 to 4 weeks, and you'll be
Get back up. Don't punish yourself.
Yeah, don't punish.
Punishing yourself.
I think people are too hard. I used to be hard on myself. I didn't think.
Don't be hard on yourself. Buy yourself an ice cream cake. Put welcome back on it.
Yeah. But when you start punishing yourself, that's such a vicious fucking cycle of not accomplishing anything. But
yeah, and then when you punish yourself too, like the other thing is that you become a yo-yo dieter because now you're committing to something and you stop, so you're gonna be prone to gain more weight because you're just restricting yourself from all the good food. So you're not really learning anything. You're just learning that this tool is working, but it's not sustainable for you. So you really, really have to just learn a little bit more about what how food. And that's one of my clients that I'm currently working with. I was telling her like, hey, do this, like, eat, like, don't be scared to eat the food that you cook at home, that your mom cooks at home. You have to incorporate that, because if not, you're not gonna learn anything. Yeah, you're gonna drop the weight, but then again, when you leave my program, you're gonna gain it right back.
You're not set up for success.
You're not setting up for success. So the main thing is you want to learn how these foods play a role into your life and how much of it is really going to be affecting you depending on what you're doing at that moment. So,
Omar Gomez, that's my coach, Jose Lara, looking and feeling better than ever. Pan dulce for life. By the way, apparently people over here fucking hate that I don't like pan dulce. Fucking Samuel Jimenez on here, no pan dulce? Question marks. It's not for everyone, man. I don't know what to tell you. Oscar's over here saying I am lying, apparently. See? I don't know. I saw that video.
I saw the video, too.
I saw the video. I don't know. Videos don't lie. I believe everything on the internet. Giovanni, thanks for the great input. Helps a lot to get educated in everything. Luis, go Chispis?
Or Chepi, so they call me Cheps. That's my nickname.
Okay.
So, actually, Omar Gomez, he's my sensei. So he says that I'm his coach, but he's my sensei. He's the one he's one of the ones that taught me how to lift weights. So he's my brother, that brother of life. So definitely I learned a lot from him, and he helped me a lot through my journey too. So, and then Luz is that's what they call me, Cheps, but she calls me Cheppies.
Anthony Soto, that's my husband.
That's my wife. So she's using my son's
I was going to say, is this something you got to tell us, bro?
It all comes out here.
That's my wife.
That's a whole different, podcast.
I love you, too. I love you, babe.
Definitely, I've suffered with weight gain and loss. I've been able to maintain my weight for the last 10 years. It's been good. Been a little bit more woke with a lot of this shit. Obviously, learning what all the bad fucking ingredients and everything. So... what worked for me was staying away from all the bad stuff. So I tried to stay away from alcohol, even though peer pressure's a motherfuckers. Everyone's always trying to, especially in the nightlife, oh man, I'm good, I'm not drinking. No, you need to have this. No, here, drink this shit. Fuck, man, back the fuck up.
Don't drink your calories.
Don't drink it. So I gave up booze. I gave up beers and replaced it with weed. So
we have 0 calories, right?
0 calories,
well,
guys.
but then you go and get that all-meat burrito because you're so high.
Well, number one, it's all protein, and I don't eat when I'm high. I've learned to control that.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah,
that's good. Because you can overeat when you're high. So. Not that I know, but
I don't need to eat at all when I'm high. Yeah. I love the fucking the roller coaster and whatever it is that I'm doing. So I've learned to control that.
Right.
But what I think I'm with Steve, where this food is an addiction. All the shit in all everyday food, it's crack. Right. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
MSG.
You are either you love it and then you cannot not have it.
Right. And they show it on TV and tell you to come.
The new
get
burger.
It all the
yeah.
With extra this on it, more bacon.
All the time.
So people don't seem to have fucking balls to say no.
Right.
They are weak and they give in.
Right.
And this is where I'll start next week. I'll start 2 weeks from now. And then when you do start, then you give in to all that shit. So I think, especially for me in my scenario, it's a lot to fucking be strong-willed and have that like determination to be like, I'm not gonna touch that fucking garbage.
Right.
So motivation for me, my old man, he has fucking dialysis. He didn't fucking eat right. He's fucking 300 fat plus pounds, big fucking
pounds,
big fucking dude. And looking at him and all the mistakes he's made in his life to get to where he's at today, like, I don't want to be in a fucking chair. I don't want dialysis. So that helped me curve my shit and lose weight. So I was 300, a little bit over 300 pounds. Now I'm down to 180, and I maintain that. I fluctuate between 180 and 190.
That's good.
So, but I want to be smaller. I want to get rid of the panza even more, but it's hard because I do love bread.
Do you want to lose 10 pounds of ugly fat? Cut off your head.
But I need my head, Johnny. Can't live without it. But yeah, I mean, I think, well, obviously watching what you do and, you know, eating the right things. Yeah. But I think if people do kind of give into the cheats, you have to have the fucking willpower to be like, nah.
Yeah, there's a certain time where you have to have that willpower. And kudos to you for not drinking, right? Because I gave up drinking too, like 2 years. And sometimes when you're in environments, you know, people are like, hey, you want to drink? Yeah, it's hard to say no sometimes. Like I was at a party. Oh, I was actually at an event this past weekend, and they were drinking. I was like, I told my wife, I felt like grabbing a beer just to kind of be part of, you know, the environment. But then I talked myself like, wait a minute, if I drink this beer, how the hell is it gonna make me feel for tomorrow? And then how is it gonna affect my workout? And then how is it gonna affect my whole goal? And then so now all these things start playing into my head. So, but yeah, definitely, you know, motivation, right? I think we learn also from our parents, right? Because my dad was an alcoholic. Right, and he passed away at about 60 years of age because of cirrhosis, right? So I didn't want that. I want to give my kids like something so that they don't have to worry about me when I'm older.
Sure.
Right. I want them to see me healthy, right? So that they don't have to worry about me and they can live their life, because sometimes that can be difficult too, to watch a parent be, you know,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely. So yeah, kudos to you, and you know.
I mean, until you go through it, you don't know what it is. Because even to this day, I look at my dad like, fuck, man, like how many times have we rushed you to the hospital and you're stuck here and no determination to do better. Right. And it is upsetting, and I get to see this shit every day. I'm like, fuck, man, like I'm just waiting for you to die because you don't want to try. You don't want to eat better. You can't say no to fucking things because he's not addicted to fucking crack, but he's addicted to fucking high corn syrup fucking bullshit and everything. So it's hard to say no.
Yeah, it's a willpower. Definitely. You're going to need it at a certain time where you're really buckling down and you want to get to a certain goal. It's like anything that we do, whether it's losing weight, you know, building wealth or whatever, we have to buckle down in certain times and, you know, and say no to things.
Shit,
you know?
Just say no, Johnny.
Just say no.
delayed gratification.
Right, right. So it's kind of like, you know, they teach that when we were kids, right? Say no to drugs, right? So
and it's like not, and all of that stuff. It's like not no forever.
Right.
Just not no. Just no right now.
Not right now.
No forever. Just not right. I mean, but
there's some people that do have to.
But that can turn into no forever.
It could.
But what you have to worry about is no right now.
Right now.
Like if you start thinking about, I can't do this ever again, that weight gets heavy.
Right.
You know, like because I know my like ice cream especially is my shit, and if I start thinking never again. Like, we can't have ice cream ever again. I'll wake up in 7-Eleven in front of the ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can't do that to myself. But I can do not right now. I can do not right now, you know, and that's all. That's it.
And that's a good strategy to do, like, to say no right now. And that's what I do sometimes, too, with, like, because I love certain things. And I know once I touch, especially, like, chips and salsa, man. You give me a bag of chips and good salsa, I can eat the whole bag.
Yeah, a bag of chips, that's one serving. Like, that's why they give it to you that big. That's how that you're meant to eat all
especially
that.
the
party size.
The ones that they serve at the restaurant. When they come and especially those restaurants that just come and reload. Oh, man. I'm like picking at mine, picking at the one next to me.
And eat that salsa, pass that over here.
Yeah. It's too hot for you anyway.
Especially if it's good salsa, you know? So at certain times, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop my appetite and say no. I'm going to stop, you know, and say no right now. Not right now. Because if I open my appetite, then I'm going to devour everything.
How much effect does alcohol have on weight loss? Because I've read that if you're losing weight and then you drink, you automatically stop losing weight.
Well,
or you
from what I've read and studied, alcohol is your fourth macro. So basically, your body burns that first.
Okay.
so it'll burn,
Oh,
as uses that
shit.
energy,
Sure.
right? So so what happens is with alcohol, it'll burn it first, and then it starts burning the fat, right? So depending how much alcohol now, if you're consuming if you're consuming a shot, it's not gonna be a big deal,
Oh, yeah.
right? But it's the abusiveness of alcohol, right? It's like drinking and drinking and drinking, or drinking 3-4 days after, or just consecutive days, and that's definitely gonna have an
Once in a
effect.
while is fine, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do it because I just hate the feeling. One drink, the next day I feel like I need water. I feel like I was left in the desert without anything. Just one drink, that's what it does to me.
I can't believe, like, the older I've gotten, I can't believe that there's people still out there like power drinking and stuff.
yeah.
Like older people. It's like, God, how in the fuck are you not like why? I'm not even trying to get into why. How?
Right.
How are you able to do this? Because the last time I went to Las Vegas and I got like proper drunk for the first time in a long time, and it was like, what was all that? Why did I do that? Like for days, it was like, this was absolutely not worth it. Like what? And I had eaten, like I did all this stuff where I was like, all right, if I'm gonna drink, I need to, I can't do this stupid. I gotta, let's have a meal, let's do all this stuff. Right, let's do this right. I'm only gonna drink vodka, I'm gonna like all this stuff. And still the next day it was like, fuck you, man. What did you do that for? Like
How long did it take you to recover?
I mean, like a day and a half.
Like
Like
a day and a half,
a
yeah.
solid. I had to sleep again, where it was like, all right.
I had to wake up and have the pancakes.
I was
and-
like, I had to wake up in the morning, felt terrible, went all day, woke up the next day, was like, I still don't feel that good. Then had breakfast and was like, all right, I think I'm all right now, But it was like, fuck you, I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah, it gets to a point in your life where you're like, damn, it just starts affecting the way you sleep, and it starts affecting how you wake up, and it's like, damn, how much of the day can you really lose, right?
Yeah.
There's these two comics talking, or chick comics, and they were roommates, and the girl said, "Were you like drunk the whole time that we were roommates?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I thought I had depression, but then I figured out I was just hungover all the time." She was like, "I would wake up every day feeling so bad and all that stuff." She's like, "It took me years to figure out, well, you're hungover. You're not depressed."
Oh my goodness.
You know what? We haven't given out the phone number. People can call in actually and ask you a question if they have one.
The phone lines are now open. Call in at 909-475-7449. If you got a question for the coach, you can't get rid of some weight, I don't know. He'll tell you what to do. I don't know. Sana colita de rana. He'll figure it out for you. I don't know. Sana colita de rana.
What is
I just can't tell you what to take, right? Because your story, what you were sharing earlier, right? Like the person that you know that.
Oh no. I mean, people are gonna ask, like, maybe because I know in the comments someone was saying, hey, how can I contact you?
Oh yeah.
You can, whatever however you wanna. You can give as much information if someone calls in. I mean, sometimes they don't, but if they do, you can give them as much information as you'd like or not. One thing I do want to also let people know is that you also have a clothing line.
Yeah, I just started with the shirts and sweaters and motivational, like more motivation. Because I'm all about motivation, motivating others. I feel that the power of story, and that's why I thank you all for giving me the platform and being here, because I feel that whether it's a line of gear or sort of words helps motivate people, and that's why it starts today. Like I feel like your journey starts every day. You gotta forget what happened in the past. Like if you're looking back in the past, is to tell the story of how you're here now. Right, so every day, whether yesterday you had some food that you didn't like and you felt like shit, or you drank, then today you're gonna start doing something new, right? You're gonna start implementing the things that are gonna work for you. So yeah, so it starts today. I have some motivation. My wife is the one that's building all the motivational stuff, and we're trying to do more Spanish language to relate it to our culture. So
No te
no
rajes.
te rajes,
That's a
puro,
good one.
puro pinche gains. Those are the
Yeah.
ones. Yeah. So motivational things that can empower people when you go to the gym, right? And I think sometimes we just need that. Like when I wear my shirt and I wear it to the gym, I look at it and I'm like, okay, I can't give up. Today I'm gonna live. Like,
Start
let's go.
today. Let's
yeah,
go.
it starts today.
Let's
so
go.
And when you're wearing something like that on your chest, and other people are seeing you, like you have to live up to that.
Let's
shit.
go.
Shit. I can't sit here on my phone on the late press bullshitting.
Yeah. I'm starting today.
People are reading it, and they're like, "Motherfucker, I need to push this shit."
Yeah.
Because you're setting an example, and you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have it on, you better be on.
Yeah, so I go to the gym and I wear it, and sometimes I write. So sometimes I write stuff just so I can see it. Like one of the ones that I have, a shirt that I had was "Fuck your scale," right? Or push your limits, because at the same time, sometimes that scale is not gonna want to be where you want it to be, even though you're doing everything right. The next day, your weight is the same, and you're like, "Damn, I'm gonna quit." And there's people like that. There's people that will quit doing what they're doing because they don't see the results on the scale. So sometimes it's like, fuck the scale, push your limits, continue doing what you're doing, be consistent, and then at the end of the day, you're gonna see results.
And letting those numbers dictate how you feel. Oh yeah. Instead of the other way around is wild. Because I know I've done it. I know I've done where there's been like a week where I'm like, man, I did fucking good this week. Like I'm gonna get on that scale and it's gonna, and then you get on, and it's 1 pound more than it was last week. It's like, this is impossible. Right. This is impossible. And it's like, fuck this. I'm not doing it. I'm not like all that. And I gained a pound. Right. No way. When 15 minutes before that, I was so excited about how good the week had been, you know, and then you let that goddamn number dictate how you feel. Yeah. Like, can't.
Well, it's like the food, right? Some people use the food as, comfort.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I used food for comfort for a very long time. After my dad passed away, I'd go to 7-Eleven. I'd get 2 cherry Pepsis, diet, según yo, 2 packs of donuts, a bag of chips, a Snicker, all kinds of shit. Put it in a little black bag, go home, go to my room, and that was my comfort.
Right.
And then one day I was like, what the fuck is going on? After already, like you said, you don't see yourself gaining the weight. You don't see yourself, because you're in another mindset. You're not even seeing that shit.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I was just like, what am I doing? Right. Like, what am I doing to myself? Right. And then that's when, I had to change my life. But yeah, food, that's the crazy shit about food. Like we say, drugs are one thing, but food is so crazy, like you were saying earlier, because it's something you need to have every day.
Multiple times a day, not even just once a day. You got to do this. So it's like a bunch of times a day, you got to be on your best behavior. Like, God damn.
Every time you're going to go and choose something, you got to make sure it's the right thing, And we don't want to always make the right choice.
Yeah. I never want to. Not one time. Not even once.
And as we get older, we need to supplement more protein, right? Yeah. Because when we get older, we lose lean mass, right? And we get weaker. So we need to eat more protein. So protein is something that you can feel safe eating a good amount of protein. Just make sure it doesn't have a lot of fat. So if you're eating chicken, eat chicken breast instead of the leg, instead of thigh, because chicken breast has less fat, right? Or if you're going to eat meat, eat the leanest cut of meat, right? So that's going to help you in terms of not being able to eat a good amount of protein and then avoid some of the fat, right? So always pay attention to the labels and see, what meat you're buying, because sometimes we don't pay attention to that. We just get what's on sale sometimes.
Sure.
Right? So we don't pay attention. So now when I go, I look at like, hey, is this the leanest cut of meat? And I start sometimes like I'll start Googling, and especially like when you're buying meat and you're trying to see like, oh, it's New York steak. What's the leanest cut? What's gonna give me the less calories, right? So then that's how you make your choices a little bit better.
Yeah, Mario will not lose muscle mass.
Never.
With them all meat burritos, al pastor,
pure
asada combo,
pure protein.
That's what he does. He does a carne asada, al pastor combo. It's called the no mass loss burrito.
Nope. First, it's half fucking buche and half.
Oh, buche.
Buche and half fucking pastor.
God
But
damn.
that's it. That's
all
all.
meat,
Just wrapped
baby.
in a tortilla. No beans, no rice, no nothing. Meat in a
no
tortilla.
good amount of fat.
No
there,
cilantro.
All that shit gets in the fucking way.
If you leave it alone for 1 second, the whole thing's orange. Like that's how there's just nothing else. The whole.
Well, where is that? Where do you
Up
get
the
it from?
street.
Oh, really?
It is the best place in my fucking opinion, hands down. One of the best places for fucking for buche and for pastor.
And it's just a table in a park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just nice.
By the way, John, a magical
where the best burritos
fucking
come out.
table. A magical table. Where people have died in that fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
So that's how you know it's fucking good.
That's how you know
And
it's
when you go in the
delicious.
hood, if your life isn't fucking in danger, it's not worth the fucking food.
That's why
Not
that's why rallies taste good. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
Rallies is delicious.
That table takes away all of the calories. They stay at that table.
Right.
Absolutely.
And you put it in, and you're done.
Yeah.
When I go shopping for meat, I get the ones with the most amount of fat on it. No, the leanest shit. No, give me a good piece of fat.
anything a little more fatty out here? I was like, talking to the butcher, you guys, this seems pretty lean. Looking for like the big hunks of fat. You got that back there?
I love it when I go to like all you can eat buffets in Vegas and they're like, you got the cut of brisket. Like, hey, dude, give me the fucking that fat part that no one wants.
Yeah.
Give me that in between
The
two
part
pieces
that's
of fucking bread,
stuffed
bro.
in the back.
Yes.
Pull that back out to the
it's,
front.
it's showered in butter.
Yeah.
So even more calories.
Right.
Well, then cut it off and push it to the side.
Yeah,
Like,
they're-
nobody wants this.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna throw it away. Like,
Mario
what
does.
are you
Give
doing,
that to
bro?
me.
Like, that's the best fucking part. I'm gonna take that fucking piece of meat and fucking like do this so that it goes across everything else, so we can get the flavor.
Right.
So yeah. By the way, guys, I'll my burritos after this protein, guys.
Yeah. But you have to really look at it too, like the whole eating meat and the saturated fat. Like if you got to do your test to make sure that you're not getting cholesterol, right? So that's
Sure.
one thing. So if it's working for you to keep the weight off and nothing, your health markers are good, then continue doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, that's really what at the end of the day is all your health markers good where they need to be.
I'm still fucking up, so they're not where I need them to be. Fuck you, A1C. Too fucking high.
So during what I do for a job, I work on a mobile street medicine team, and what we do
Drugs?
For the most part, what we do is we do blood pressure, A1C, and cholesterol tests on people. You know, so trying to get people to know their numbers, and we give out this pamphlet. And it's one page about high blood pressure, one page about cholesterol, one page about A1C. And you read that, and it's like, fuck. You know? Like, all right, let's do my numbers. And it's like, man, come on. You know? Like, but then you see how many people are out there are suffering with high blood pressure. Like, there's
Too many.
whoa, man. And people
Too
are
many.
out there with like serious high blood pressures. I see 160s, 170s, like no problem all
Right.
the time, you know?
Right.
Where there's a couple that will have like students that come out with us, or people that are like kind of brand new doctors, and they'll do, and we're working in the hoodity hood most of the time, and they'll do someone's blood pressure, and it's like 180, 190, you know, and they're, you see their eyes get like, bing, they're like, you have to go to like the hospital. like this is like, how do you feel? They're like, oh, I feel fine. It's like, you're not fine. Like you're not fine right now. You're bad, you know. But see, and then you start reading these pamphlets. It's just like, I gotta start paying attention to all this stuff.
But there's also a thing called white coat syndrome, I think, where people go to the doctor and their blood pressure rises.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are scared of the doctor. So sometimes they have to do multiple checks.
They do.
So do you guys do multiple checks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or because like they'll do A1C and the cholesterol test take the longest, you know. So
Right.
most of the time there's still time. So you do the blood pressure. They do the blood pressure, and if it's high, it's like, oh, we'll sit here and wait for the results of the other thing and talk to them. It's like, all right, let's take your blood pressure again. Like now that you've been sitting here for a few minutes and you've had time to relax and not be all sketched out anymore.
Right, yeah.
And most of the time it's at least a little lower, but still.
Still.
It's like, oh, it's only 160 now. You know?
Oh my god.
And we see that all the time in the hospital too, in the ER. People come in, and because when you're homeless and you're out in the street and you're just doing drugs and eating what anyone wants
Whatever
to
you
just
can
give
get.
you, whatever
Yeah,
you can
whatever
get
you
your
can
hands
get.
on. You know, we see people that with like just swollen limbs and yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. It is crazy.
And the thing is too, when you're eating out a lot, is the amount of sodium
Sure.
the food has, right? And one of the things is when you have high blood pressure, they tell you to avoid salt, right? So, and eating out is sometimes that's where you have most of your salt. Or if you're eating stuff from like the fridge, what do you call those lunch, those dinners, those TV dinners and all that has
Yeah.
a bunch of sodium
Yeah.
too. So I realized that too. Like if you're eating wings too, when you go to a Wingstop, if I eat Wingstop, the next day I'm like 10 pounds heavier.
Sure.
And it's not because I ate a lot, it's because of all the sodium the wings had, right? So you retain more water, and so you have to be careful because with salt, that's what they tell you. With
I was
salt for
on a
little bit.
podcast. They were talking to a chef, and they asked him why does restaurant food always taste so much better? And he was like, because we don't care how much butter and salt is in it. You know, like we're putting ungodly amounts of butter and salt in all this food. Like that's why it tastes That's why it tastes good. you
Yeah.
know?
And that's why when people are doing like these calorie deficits or trying to lose weight, when they go out it's really hard for them to sustain the calorie deficit because they go to these restaurants, and the restaurants don't have the calories, or sometimes they miscalculate the calories. So you don't know how much butter they're using, how much oil they're using, right? So then that adds those extra calories. Where at the point you're like, wait a minute, I was doing everything right, and I even ate the leanest chicken or whatever. And then next thing you know, it's like the weight scale doesn't really.
400 extra calories of butter.
Yeah. So it's like I went to go buy the turkey, the 99.1. So it's 91 lean and then 1% fat. I get home and I'm trying to cook it. There's no damn the 0 calorie spray. So I had to use oil, and I'm like, damn, there goes that 1% of fat. I just added more fat to it to cook it, you know? So yeah, so those are things you gotta look at too. Like you might buy the leanest cut, but if you're adding butter on it, then it doesn't make it lean no more, right? So you're gonna be adding more calories to your day. So that's also things.
It all adds up, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Stupid.
So what can one do if they're gonna hit up like a Olive Garden, you know, to prep? Do you have any like you know, any tricks or anything you can give us as you know?
So I went to Olive Garden one day, and it was just so hard to pick even the damn salad.
Well, because you can do that Parmesan cheese that will just keep
Yeah,
grinding.
so I mean that's what
shit.
makes it good, right?
Yeah.
That damn salad and then the dressing. So you're thinking you're eating, you know, I'm eating
salad,
greens and
we're
salad,
good,
you
man.
know. But then people start adding the dressing, and the next thing you know, it's like you're eating.
Olive Garden, that shit's like 40% dressing, you know.
So I would say the extreme thing: don't go to Olive Garden when you're trying to lose weight. But if you're there, then you know, it's just portion control. I think at the end of the day, like control a little bit of portion.
Bite.
One bite.
You have one bite. And that's
of
it.
the salad.
After that, yeah.
Of the salad.
Yeah,
Of the
that's
salad.
it. Get out.
Can I
And
get
then, hey, those breads, they get you with those breads too. It's
Oh.
kind of, oh my God, those are. And then you order a little bit of the Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
side. Oh, that's my go-to, man. So then that's just more calories. So you know. So at the end of the day, is what advice do I give you when you go out?
Don't go there.
Don't go.
Don't go.
Don't go there, or choose something like stick to the salad. I think you'll be
Or-
safe with that.
If you're gonna have something, just enjoy it.
Right.
You're
Sure,
gonna go
if
to
you've
Olive
made
Garden.
if you've made the decision to do
Yes.
this,
Enjoy it.
right?
Enjoy it.
And know that, hey, tomorrow you're gonna have to wake up in the morning and hit 10 more thousand steps or whatever. But I don't know. Allow yourself to enjoy.
Yes.
If you're
that
going
meal.
to do it, if you've made the
Yes,
decision to
decision.
do this, then yes, absolutely enjoy it. Do not do going. I can't believe I'm here doing this, and you
Yeah.
go home that night. You're like, I can't believe I
And then-
did that. No. If you're doing it, I'm in.
Yeah,
Like,
own
I'm
it. They
stoked.
say one of my cousins says, own your decisions, right? So own what you're doing. So if you're gonna go, own it and eat it, and then next thing, one of the things I try to tell my clients too is don't try to make up, like do more energy or put more energy
Sure.
out because you ate bad. Forget about it. Just continue doing what you're doing. Eventually, you're going to produce a deficit 7 days from now or whatnot. So, you know, if you're, commit to it and just enjoy it, right? It's like if you're going to a family party and you know they have all the good food, enjoy it. If you're going to go to the Super Bowl party.
With moderation.
No, enjoy it.
Oh, enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. I mean, enjoy it because
You have
you
to
made the
catch up. Yeah, you
commitment,
have to catch
right?
up.
So that's why if you're in a calorie deficit, then you have to really think about what are the strategies that I can do to avoid not having to eat so many calories. So I tell my clients sometimes do protein before you go, eat some protein, or just get full before you go, right? So then like that, you're not gonna eat as much, right? So these are things that, you know, you kind of have to think about. But if you're really gonna commit to it, then just enjoy it and don't feel guilty about it. That's one of the biggest things. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Because eventually this is a long-term thing. It's not like that's where people look
Sure.
at it. It's like losing weight is like, oh yeah, short-term, I'm gonna commit to it, and then next year I'll feel better, and then you start feeling better and you gain it all back. This is a long-term commitment. You're gonna have days. Nothing is perfect, right? There's this saying. It's like there's no such thing as perfection. It's just working to make yourself better every day, right? That's what you're doing when you're practicing a craft of losing weight. When you're practicing something, there's no such thing as perfection. It's just you practicing to get better every day. So eventually, you ate at Olive Garden today. Enjoy it. Next week, maybe you're not gonna eat there. You're gonna eat something else because you know the way that makes you feel. So.
Wow, I like this coach. He's like, nah, you fuck up. Nah, you pick it up later. Instead of being like, you fucking weak ass bitch. Like, you know what? You're never gonna get fucking better. No, go ahead. Go ahead and do what the
ahead,
fuck you want.
fucking dummy.
You know what? I understand his plan now. His lifelong goal is to have fucking clients for all of eternity because his clients are gonna be fat forever. No, go ahead, bro. Go do whatever the fuck you want. I got got you for
I
life.
understand.
You know what? You're smart. I like it.
But there's different coaches for everybody. I'm not for everybody. Like, there's some people like that hardcore coach that will tell you can't eat this, you can't eat that, and I'm not that way. I try to work with my clients, try to meet them where they're at, right? Because eventually I want them to trust me. That if I tell them, hey, don't worry about it, you're gonna be okay, then they're not gonna be hard on themselves, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest things. Like, don't be too hard on yourself, right? There's enough going on in the world to worry about it. Just live your life, but look at it as health is a long-term thing. It's an everyday commitment. Like, it starts today. It's every day, right?
Now let me ask with your clients, and obviously we don't want to throw anyone under the bus, surely, but with your method and any of these clients, has anyone actually struggled to try to lose their weight with this kind of mentality that you're trying to put them through?
I think there's times where some of my clients do not produce the deficit, and a lot of it is like I'm telling them, okay, these are the things you have to do now. Like, so I give them usually, like, I'll have a conversation with them, or I have a weekly report and be like, okay, you're doing good. The deficit is going good. Maybe you didn't drop day to day, but during the course of the week compared to last week, you're lower. So once they start seeing the trend, they're like, oh yeah, it's working, right? So at the end of the day, I'm it works for them because I'm giving them feedback. My goal is to give them feedback on the choices that they make, so that they can learn how to incorporate their daily life into losing weight, whatever what time of episode of their life that they're in, and it's worked. But there are some clients that get frustrated. They allow their feelings, the weight scale, to dictate their feelings.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, you know what? Let's remove the scale, and then let's just focus on the little habits, like walking, picking up the kettlebell, put it in the middle, put it back. Let's just add something different where you're gonna expend more energy, and then work on what you're eating. Say, hey, maybe this plate needs a little bit more protein. Maybe you should not avoid, but maybe you should have less of the rice and more of the meat.
Yeah.
Right. So just little things like that. Right.
All meat burrito, guys. What the fuck? I've been trying to fucking preach to you guys this whole entire time. Yes, see, the coach is fucking backing me up.
I believe all meat. That's it's better than sour
Maybe-
cream.
Giovanni Gomez, put me in, coach. You just gained a student. So where do we go to sign up, to get more information, to be liberated by our fucking everyday nonsense?
So follow me on Instagram. It starts today coaching. That's where I'm at. And then, you can reach me by email at teamitstartstoday213@gmail.com. So those will be the two methods that you can reach out to me. And so I'm really big on Instagram. Like, I'm trying to use social media as the means to motivate others and to give good information. I've been, social media is like, you kind of have to learn like a little bit of what works and what doesn't work. So I kind of have to evolve a little bit. But, there's a lot of things that I'm trying different methods just to put information out and put good, free information, because at the end of the day, like, all of this is something that I learned by reading a book, or I did pay for classes too to learn about it, because I wanted to speed up my process, right? Mm-hmm. And speed up that knowledge attainment so that I can contribute it back to the community, right? And to people like us, like the people that so you won't be too hard on you. You don't have to be so hard on yourself, right? And that's the biggest thing, is just making sure that you stick to something and you learn that this is a lifelong process.
And when you're talking about like that, not every coach is for everybody. I personally would feel so much more comfortable with someone that I know has had to lose it, right, over 100 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want some dude who's like, oh yeah, when I was in junior high, I started training officially. I was gonna be in the Olympics, but like, I had a shoulder injury, and now I've just been 6% body fat my whole life. And let me tell you, and it's like, man, get the fuck out. That is not the coach for me.
Right.
Like, I don't want anything to do with that guy. So I appreciate that you're out there doing it, man.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about a lot of things. Like, people are like, oh, you should go see a therapist for this and that. If he hasn't been through what I've been through, like, what you say ain't gonna matter.
Yeah. Right.
Like, oh, go talk to your priest about your marriage. He's never been married.
This was never been married.
He don't even have a girlfriend.
Nothing.
Ever.
Nothing.
He don't know what's
that
up.
we know of.
Well,
maybe,
maybe a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like, if you haven't lived it, it's pretty hard to like Johnny said, it's pretty hard to like take it, Yeah, you know what I'm supposed to do, but
you haven't
done
it. Right, you haven't done it. Like, if you haven't done it,
do.
I don't want to hear you telling me that I should do this when you haven't done it. Like, I don't want to hear that. It's like drug counselors that have, that have always been sober. It's like, you don't nah, man, you don't get to tell me nothing. Get out of here.
Yeah, and being able to lose, and then being a yo-yo dieter, because a lot of people they usually go through it, they lose it and then they gain it back. So it's just the fact that I went through it and I did it in an extreme way, right? And then I also did it like a way where I was avoiding stuff, and then now learning, I would consider it the proper way, like in terms of just understanding how food is made up, the calories that it has, and how it has effect on me, because everybody's different. So how does that affect on me and what I'm doing currently right now, whether I'm building muscle or I'm losing fat, whatever the case may be. I think it plays a big role in terms of how you can share that with other people, and people can see like, hey, you did it, like you weighed 420 pounds and look at you now. And yeah, I'm not the leanest guy, right? I'm still working, but it's an everyday thing. So it's something that I'm building towards, because when I get to my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, I want to be that,
That old guy in a fucking Speedo and
yeah,
shit? Or
exactly.
what? That awkward old dude that shouldn't be in a fucking Speedo?
That's probably going to be me, though. Yeah.
Hey, on the butt, it's going to say no se rajen. But again, like Johnny said, when you're not just a guy that went through it, but that's still going through it, when I'm going through it,
Right.
you feel like, okay, I have someone in the fight with me. I have someone that's here with me that's going through the
We're
same
doing
thing.
this together.
Yeah,
We're
right.
Yeah.
And it makes that whole thing about, hey, this is not just today, this is every day, kind of vibe. And it's like, oh, well, he's been going through it forever.
Yeah.
And it's just showing me the things, the things that I may go through, the ups and downs and the pitfalls and highs and lows and the cheat days where you just say, fuck it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but if you look at it, we have 52 weeks in the year, right? If you commit to half of that throughout the year, and that means like in little breaks and whatnot, eventually you're going to be a different person at the end of the year, right? And that's the goal, right? We start New Year's resolution to be a different person by the end of the year or the start of the new year, right? So it's just a commitment to just doing something. And like I said, it's practice doesn't make perfect. Practice just helps you become better. So if you just practice something every day and you continue, like even if you have a bad eating day, if you still continue with the high energy, you're going to be good in the long term, right? Continue with the high energy, continue producing your steps, meet your steps. That's one of the things. If you're going to start your journey, at least start off with the steps. Set a goal for like 8,000 steps. Look at what you currently have in your watch or your phone, because it gives you a good idea how much steps you have per day. Gives you a good average. Just bump it up a little bit, and then just keep bumping that up.
Just more.
And then work on that.
Sure.
And then eventually you're gonna start be like, all right, I need to look at maybe controlling a little bit of my food.
But
intake.
just wherever your steps are at, more.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just for
just
right
continue
now,
movement.
more.
I don't like sitting. I used to love sitting. Now, like I'm very anxious and I want to move. Sometimes I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm like, okay, I force myself to just walk in place. I'll walk in place, right? And I'll tell my kids, let's go for a walk. I'll tell my wife, let's go for a walk. So our biggest thing now, we have dinner and we'll go to Walmart. And it comes out expensive because every time you go to the store, you end up buying something. But, there's always something that, contributes negatively. But at the end of the day, I'm getting my steps in, right? So, and that's the biggest thing, is just stick to something small. Start off with something small, commit to it, and then next thing you know, start adding. Or and if you need help, look for resources, right? And that's why I developed It Starts Today, to be able to help people with that.
Hell yeah.
Jose Luis Peña out there on the internet says, Viva el pan dulce.
Viva el pan dulce.
So you should be walking to your pan dulce if you're going to fucking enjoying that shit.
Do not go in your car. Go walk.
I did see this video one time of a guy that lost a lot of weight because wherever he wanted to eat, he had to walk to. So he wanted Jack in the Box. He had to walk to Jack in the Box, eat it there, and then walk back.
Right.
And, whatever it was, he was going to get something at the store. No matter how far that place was, I'm walking there, eating it, and walking home. And then the guy ended up losing a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you know what? It makes you conscious when you have to move so much. So, for example, I'm assuming this is what happened with him. Like, he would go, right, and walk. I don't know how long he had to walk, but he would have to walk. And then he probably wouldn't want to eat much because he had to walk back, So that made him consciously not want to eat so much because he had to get back to his house.
Or if anything's close, that's like, let's say Jack in the Box is across the street. You're only going to have that so many times.
Right.
And you're like,
you're looking at across the street like, fuck, man, Jack in the Box again. Like, I'm not going to go.
But then now you're thinking like, okay, I want, Papa John's, but that shit's like 6 blocks away.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's go.
It's like, fine.
Yeah, but I think in essence when you're looking at it, if you commit to a certain amount of time of doing something, eventually you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. So just don't be too hard on yourself, and follow me on It Starts Today coaching on Instagram, and I'm trying my best to put good information out so that you all can be use it towards your advantage and hopefully to better health.
Hell yeah.
And it starts every
today.
Tuesday on the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, live on Twitch, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the #1 live podcast in the
On
world.
Earth.
Coach, where can they buy the gear one more time, and where can they get information for your programs?
Okay. So can I give a shout out?
Yes, your time right now.
Just get a little
Whatever
privilege.
you want
So
to.
I'll give a shout out to my wife, my kids, Anthony, Josue, and Yalitza, and also my friends, my brothers who definitely helped me get to where I'm at today. Giovanni, Philip, Omar, Toro, like these people were there for me, and I just want to give them a shout out because without that support, without that core group of my friends, my family, my kids, my wife, I would not be where I'm at. Right. And then reach out to me through Instagram at It Starts Today Coaching or through email team@startstoday213@gmail.com. And, if you want to buy gear, support, or if you are interested in just, if you want to have a conversation, I'm always up for it. Right. So up to help people out. You don't have to buy my coaching service, just to, help you out and just kind of give you some guidance. And if you feel like it's something that you want to purchase, a coaching service, then I'm available for it. So
Let's go.
yeah.
Starts
And remember,
today.
it starts today.
Starts today. Even at 9 o'clock at night, it
Even at
still
9 o'clock.
starts. It still can start today.
I'm headed to the gym after
See, it
this.
can
So
still
yeah.
start. It can still start today.
It starts today after my alt meat burrito.
It starts later today.
Well, the good thing is you're not gaining weight with that burrito,
Yeah,
so you're
see?
good. Yeah.
All protein, baby. All right.
Johnny?
I have nothing. Thank you.
He always says he has nothing, but yet he posts like stand-up stuff.
It's like open mics. That's not like shows.
Johnny doesn't like people going to his
Here we
shit,
go.
though.
Mario,
Hey,
what's
no.
What do you got
Hey,
going on,
happy
Mario?
birthday, Johnny.
Oh, that's
We're
right.
here.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Johnny.
birthday! Feliz cumpleaños.
50
Please.
years old, man.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Wild.
You look good for 100.
Thanks, man.
Oh, he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
What do you got going on?
Speaking about
Mario?
vampires, you guys
Yeah.
get ready for the most gothiest of lucha variety shows ever. Lucha Goth House returns this Saturday. Don Quixote. Get
This
your
Saturday?
ticket this Sábado Gigante, Johnny. Are you going to show up today? At this time?
I mean, isn't there elimination chamber on Saturday?
Oh, there is a elimination chamber.
You know what, Johnny?
I'm gonna be doing that too. Yeah.
As a big fucking wrestling fan, and when I booked this day, I did not realize it was Elimination Chamber, but I will be airing Elimination Chamber
I'll be there,
at the
man.
event. So we'll be able to see everything going on because, fucking it's Tiffy time.
Yeah, it's different
It's
time.
Tiffy time.
Is she fighting? Yeah. Or is she wrestling?
No, but it's just always Tiffy time. in
It's
my
always
book.
okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
So get you guys tickets. It's happening once again this Saturday, March 1st. Don Quixote, the return of Lucha Goth House, Lucha Goth Variety Show. Live performances from all the way from Mexico, La Ciudad de Mexico. Calavera will be live performing Dead Energy. A bunch of amazing lucha matches. Our inaugural champion returns.
Mecha Wolf.
Mecha Wolf will be there. Will be defending his championship.
Oh, my God.
And Pinky will be announcing.
Pinky will be there and announcing. We have Superboy and just a plethora of fucking just an amazing all-star
That
lineup.
sounds incredible.
It's going to be great. Not only that, you guys can hang out with us durante the Fiesta de Santa Anita, March 1st and 2nd. There's going to be Lucha Libre. It's $5. So you guys can
Hold
get...
on. Steve, what do you got going on this weekend?
Fiesta de Santa Anita at San Benito Park. Like Mario said, he is providing the Lucha Libre, so he'll be there Saturday and Sunday. It's a $5 entry in the infield. There's a car exhibition. There's micheladas. There's Mexican food. There's a mariachi that's going to be out there roaming around all day, so you can request your favorite heartbroken songs.
Yes.
You
Morrissey?
can bet on the ponies, and I think it is Big Cap Day.
Big Cap?
Big Cap meaning
You wear
can
your big
win
caps.
big money. So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were your big caps.
yeah, but scared money don't make money.
That's
Remember
right.
that.
Only got a dollar
So yeah,
on it.
that's both days, Saturday and Sunday, and it's only $5 to get in. A lot of good stuff for the kids, jumpers and activities and stuff of that nature.
Hell yeah. Is it parking in gate 6? Is that fixed over there?
No, you know what? I don't think it's gate 6 anymore because now they have horse jumping.
Oh, that's right, where they built all that stuff over there.
Yeah, because they're trying to get it for the Olympics there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think it's just at gate 5
Well,
and 3.
the question, my real question was, is all that construction done?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
No shit.
They had their first event already, and it looks awesome. It looks nice.
I'll have to
Ooh,
come
can't
check
wait
it
to see
out,
that shit.
man. Yeah.
Well, Johnny, you come out on the first or
That's
second. It's
right.
only $5 and free parking to get in.
That's right.
So you can enjoy some lucha during the day, rest
at
up,
night.
and then head over to East LA for even more gothy
Man,
fucking
even
lucha.
more.
So much lucha happening.
Awesome.
If you guys also go to m81presents.com, you guys can check out the Dark Synth night tour that I'm doing. So 14 here in LA, the 15th we're hitting Las Vegas, and the 18th will be in San Francisco.
Holy shit.
So for all the shows, guys, get your tickets for at m81presents.com. And I haven't posted on there, but we're having a Smith's night happening at Mal's Bar on the 8th of March. So
That's next week.
that is next week, Johnny. So we have a little bit of
Is there
something
a hot
for
dog
everybody.
lady? Is there a hot dog lady?
No.
You don't have a new one?
No, not yet. They're hard to get, man.
I see them all over the place.
Well,
Yeah, I do.
you know what? The crazy thing is there's like this mafia ring
Yeah,
set up because
yeah.
these ladies aren't working individually. They're working for some kingpin hot dog person.
Yeah.
Which have like 1,000 fucking carts, and he just
Yeah.
sends these people out to go fucking do their bidding. So,
Yeah.
So
you
why
know,
don't we just make our West Coast Pop Lock podcast cart
Hell yeah.
and do it
down?
fun?
Who's gonna fucking cook the hot dog?
I'll cook them.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say we need to get our own hot dog lady then.
Yeah.
Our own fucking Anna.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Love it. Let's
Well,
get that
we'll
shit.
see you next week, guys.
All
But
right,
bacon wrap hot
goodbye.
dogs.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All meat bacon wraps. Oh wait, what happened there? Oh, there we go.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop lock.